Welcome back to Animal Crossing New Horizons. I'm dear darling, shall we see what's going on on a lovely little island of Fawnhollow today. You would have thought after however many times I'd be able to say that, but I still can't, and you know, tongue twisters, not my forte, not anyone's forte really. That's kind of the point of them. They're designed to trip you up, they're booby-trapped, they're full of little linguistical speaking obstacles, and I was trying to think how to phrase that sentence and it didn't really work, so we're just going to move on to that, and hopefully Isabel can save me here from whatever nonsensical sentence I'm now saying to tell us about the news. Hello there everyone. Right now in Fawnhallow, it's 3:35 PM on Wednesday, May 26, 2021. Today is also Bruce's birthday. How wonderful. Happy birthday. That's all for today. Have a fun day out there. So we don't have a visitor still, but of course it being Bruce's birthday means we're going to go visit him, give him a piece of fruit wrapped up in a lovely gift wrapping, and you know, he'll be ecstatic and over the moon somehow. Because apparently that's for some reason the best gifts you can give out your villagers. Birthday gifts, that is. Something from Mira. You are worthy, dear. Well, that's one way to start a letter. And a buddy gave me this a long time ago. It's seen a lot of action. A lot of good times, a few bad. And I'm passing it along to you. Treat it right or I'll know. I'll be watching. Mira, thank you. What on earth have you given us? I'm not sure what to make of that sort of start a wall-mounted tool board. Fair enough, you know. Seems like a good gift for a handy craftsman. Not like myself, I'm not much of a DIY person. Can I assemble IKEA furniture following rules? Yeah, actually can. Believe it or not. Well, I like to think so at least. Has it been a while since I have? Yeah, but you know. I mean, it's just following instructions. I feel like there's always this ongoing meme about how difficult it is to so I was just seeing who our guest is for today. It's a wandering guest. How difficult it is to assemble like IKEA furniture. I suppose any furniture in general. I've not really found that too much, to be honest, you know. I feel like the descriptions often are reasonably descriptive. Like the only part that sometimes gets wrong is, you know, you can't find the screws. But if you set out all your stuff to begin with, if you give yourself a good foundation to work with, do we need to buy anything? We don't need to buy anything. If you give yourself a good foundation to work with, things like that come together quite easily, you know. Lay out all your screws, you make sure you know which one's which and which one's labelled, and then you just work bit by bit through the instructions. It's like assembling a Lego piece together, a Lego set or whatever, which is also quite, you know, simple as squeak. In the infamous words of a certain meerkats aren't marsupials. What are meerkats? Rodents? Probably rodents. Probably mammodream. Mouse? Not mammodream. What was? So mammodreams are like platypi or something. I don't know. I'm sure someone will tell me. But that was not really the point I was trying to make. I'm talking about IKEA furniture and, you know, like Lego assembly sets. Here's a question. Do you think that because I used to play assemble a lot of different Lego sets when I was younger, I used to take them apart and reassemble them again, has that added to my ability to be able to follow IKEA instructions and assemble things together like that? I actually don't think all that much. I mean, I'm sure it's helped a little bit. I'm not going to be like, oh, it's helped me 0%. It's certainly helped me somehow, but I feel like probably the most telling part is just the way you approach work, things like this. The fact I have a very sort of rigorous working style of, you know, setting out all the foundations, then getting to work on it. And, you know, I have a very step-by-step instructional working style rather than a sort of much more free-form, lax one. Things seem to come together very well if I need to follow a set of instructions. So, you know, I'm good at following a set of instructions, especially even if it doesn't have language or visual options. Now you might ask, hey, because I was thinking about this. I've seen a video like some people trying to assemble like IKEA furniture or something without the instructions. I don't think I could do that. That sounds very difficult, to be honest. Like I'm sure I can make some sort of guesses, but there's a lot of moving parts. Well, not moving parts, they're actually quite stationary parts. I mean, it's not like you want to assemble a cupboard and be like, oh, it's on wheels and is now rolling out of my bedroom. I was going to say bathroom, that's not where you put a cupboard. No, but still. There's a lot of little parts, I guess would be a better word to use in IKEA furniture, and it's not particularly easy to exactly figure out what should go where, you know? Unless you've got tons of experience of assembling these sort of things, which I don't have tons of. I have experience, I just don't have tons of experience. Could I assemble a IKEA desk in an afternoon? I don't see why not. A cupboard or whatever. But yet again, it's also been quite a while since I've even had to in the first place. So honestly, I can't remember. Maybe it's different from how I remember. Maybe I've got all these like rose-tinted memories of me like expertly putting a piece of IKEA furniture or any sort of furniture together or with my family or whatnot, and then, you know, suddenly I try and do it myself for like the first time in a while, for the first time in forever, and I find it's just atrociously difficult. And I end up sticking everything together wrong. I put like the covered doors on backwards or something. It's the sort of thing where I can't tell if it's something which is actually difficult. Sorry, I shouldn't say difficult, because that sort of like undermines the challenge that comes to it, but more like perhaps the people who often, the memes about it, I should say, you know, the jokes about how difficult it is to do stuff and put it together, is it like a strongly exaggerated thing, or is it because, you know, other people tend to not, they tend to just dive straight into it, they tend to not be like, oh, I don't need to figure out which screws are what, or like, check I've got all the pieces and parts, or like read through the instructions to the end first before you finish it, because that's just not how their work style works, and it lends well to other things, but it doesn't lend well to IKEA furniture. And since that might be, maybe it's a more common way for people to work for how people work in, well, just in the general populace, I suppose, that ends up being something which doesn't suit them well, and thus, you know, it ends up being much more difficult than it feels like it should be, and thus in the end, I don't know if I had really much of a conclusion to come with it. It becomes a joke that it's very difficult to assemble IKEA furniture together when it's... I don't know. Maybe it is, maybe it is. Probably a bit column A, but a bit column B. You know? It's a little bit exaggerated, and then there's a little bit of people just joking around, but still. So yeah, I guess the TLDR, let's follow instructions. Following instructions is easy. You just got to take the time to set it up properly, you know? I mean, sometimes I guess the instructions can be a little bit helpful, because I guess the major problem that comes with those instructions is it's not like being taught something by like a teacher or something. You can't like ask them questions about it afterwards if you didn't quite understand something, or you need to clarify something, or you can't look at, and they're just 2D pictures on a piece of paper, but you can't really like look at it from a different perspective. So if it's drawn from a confusing angle, you're sort of just like staring at it like, huh, trying to figure out what's what. That would be cool if we had instead of like paperback instructional booklets, you can download like digital versions where instead of just having the static schematic or whatever, it has like a 3D model of the things which you can rotate around. Of course, that's unlikely to happen, because that would probably the cost of creating those things, those instructional booklets, will probably go way up. Actually, maybe not, because if you think about it, you just had to make the model once of all the moving parts, and you know, I'm not going to say that it's like easy. 3D modeling ain't just like a breeze like that. What should we buy? I don't know if we've got these geometric print stocks. It's not particularly geometric the more I look at them. They kind of look more like Icelandic attire inspired. Not Icelandic, sorry, Greenland inspired sort of thing. We need more trousers, I guess. Cropped pants? Crop pants, sure. Wait, no, what colour? Beige? I don't know. Don't want to wear it though. Probably should have bought more expensive thing with tickets, but bells are not really much of an issue. No, what was I saying? Yeah, because you can make the 3D models just once, and then suddenly you can now use it for every single diagram, right? And if you have similar screws in different other furniture objects, you can just reuse them over and over and over again, depending on the situation. Oh yeah, we need to talk to people. I forgot we need to talk to people. I forgot you called us vitamin D. So yeah, there's definitely more of an upfront cost than... Well, is that true? Because you still had to draw... The thing is, with 2D drawings, you had to draw each schematic individually, right? Well, not necessarily draw it, I suppose the architect sort of has to... Well, I mean, they kind of had to draw it. They had to create it in some form. 3D modelling, I don't know if it's much easier, creating each model and then putting it all together, but... Oh, it's Bruce's birthday. We need to get some gift wrap, and we need to go shake a tree for fruits. I nearly walked into there being like, oh, I don't have a gift for you. That would have been pretty bad. Still. Have we found our message in a bottle? I don't think we have. But I'm just saying, having like a digital instructional leaflet would be very useful. With sort of schematics, you can be like, oh, I don't really understand what's going on here. You can rotate it to look at it from a different angle, see what it looked like. You can be like, oh, I don't see how I slot that in there. Having it as an animated model of it, like slotting two things together, showing you exact motions that you need to do. Perfect. Also, side effect, would be fantastically better for the environment, as you don't have to print out all these things using the glossy paper and laminate it. Packaging values probably far cheaper, because you don't have to, like, well, I guess they're being mass produced in the first place, but you don't have to now, like, you know, individually package all these sort of things. You can just stamp on like a link to the instructional booklet, or be like, search on our website with a particular furniture item. You know, if there's ever a mistake in the print, you can just easily edit it because it's all digital. I'm just saying, digital stuff, it's a way to go. I don't think that's all that controversial. And I think this is definitely one of the things where it actually lends quite well to it compared to being more of a hindrance, but still. Who could possibly be crafting? Mura? I think is the only possibility now. Everyone else is out and about. Or probably celebrating Bruce's birthday party, which we'll have to go do ourselves once we just go grab some fruit from the orchard. But yeah, I feel like if people had those digital schematics, it would be far less confusion about that sort of thing. It's a lot easier to work things out that way, you know? Well, it's not hard. And plus, it'd be a lot more fun, you know? Something about it seems like, oh, this is the future. You know, when you're sort of assembling things together and you've got like an animated... I don't know what the right word is. Set of instructions, I guess. Instructional booklet is for assembling things together, you know? I mean, I'm not going to say, like, is it just me who thinks that's cool? Like, I think a lot of people would be like, yeah, that'd be awesome. But, you know, it's just like, currently what we got is what's working. And it's probably like a financial sink or whatever to create it how you're thinking about it. But I don't know, if you put the investment in, if you put investment into these sort of things, you see returns, you know? Probably. Maybe not necessarily big financial returns, but you'll see customer satisfaction returns. And ain't that what's important in the end? I suppose if you're CEO of a business, you probably go, no. In which case, that's kind of where the conversation stops, sadly. But still. I think it would be cool. And if it really is, not if it really is the case, but for people who struggle to assemble different objects like IKEA furniture, or find the instructions confusing to work with, they now have a solution where it's not far simpler to actually assemble it, but it's far easier to at least understand it, which I think is where more of a most of a mental blockage, I suppose, comes from when trying to create these furniture items in the first place, right? No? Maybe? I don't know. Your mileage may vary when it comes to that sort of thing. We should have checked if we had an anchovy or not. Honestly, I just forgot. We need to get more coconuts as well now I think about it, because we need to craft things, don't we? As one of our other double missions. Did not realise I had the make money mission, so... Excuse me. We'll just sell these fossils while we're at it, and we'll... As we run by Bruce's house, we'll check for fossils. We'll make sure to pick up some coconuts along the way so we can make the coconut juice bar things. That's not what we call it. Coconut juice? I don't know. Makes you wonder what the instructions are like in these Animal Crossing things. They're literally just like these tiny cards, whatever. And somehow we can assemble the instructions just like that, you know. Normally you need like a whole booklet or leaflet or whatever to assemble a thing like as simple as an IKEA chair or furniture item, but still. I wonder who comes up with the drawing stuff or the schematic. I guess it's probably architects or like engineers, right? You have to do that sort of thing. I know like being able to draw artistically is not like an engineering necessarily requirement, but there's probably people who specialise in that sort of job who do it, right? I wonder if I could do it. I don't know, it's not really my sort of thing, to be honest, but perhaps I could, actually, maybe. Maybe I'd be good at making instructions, maybe I won't, I don't know. It's all smoke and mirrors. As a sort of like schematic things, because like I used to do in level electronics. We don't have anchovies. No, we don't have anchovies. Okay, never mind. I thought we did for some reason. Yeah, they always have like these microset, not microset, sorry, the chips, the microchips that you put in breadboards and that sort of things. They got little schematics and labeling, that sort of thing. Luckily, we didn't have to assemble them ourselves, obviously, because I'm not sure. You kind of need specialized tech for. Oh, I mean it. You look very pretty like that. Sorry, I didn't even read what you said, Bruce. Today's a day for celebration. It's Bruce's birthday. Let's be sure to make it fabulous. I do believe Bruce has been looking forward to getting a present from you. Don't you worry, I've got your favourite thing, 2 cherries. Makes me real happy to be spending my birthday with good pals like you. And I'm already getting some great gifts. Something tells me you'll do one better though. Maybe so. A single anchovy. Fresh from the sea. Actually, it's not fresh because I caught it yesterday, didn't I? This must be This is a real classy wrapping job. Must be something real special. Some cherries. You must have heard my belly rumbling. Thanks for just being here. You made this a party to remember. As long as my memory holds up. You're not that old, Bruce. Don't you worry. Hope you're having plenty of fun. Didn't expect to enjoy it myself, but this day's full of surprises. I'm surprised that there's not more villagers at this party. Like, I saw in the older versions, they'd always used to invite like 2 or 3 villagers, maybe. Now it's just 1. I guess the houses got smaller, maybe? Birthdays bring back such memories. I can still taste the cake that Mother used to bake for me. I wish I could recreate that flavour, but it never comes out quite right, dearie. You're gonna make me nostalgic. This really is a sort of old-timers party, isn't it? Kind of embarrassing to have folks making a fuss over me, though. Have to admit, it gets to me. Having fun, burrito. Oh yeah. Ow, watch me go. You go, Bruce. Go, Bruce. Go, Bruce. We want to make Bruce feel truly special today, so we put up a lot of these birthday decorations. Of course, once you start something like this, it's easy to get carried away, dearie. Alright, we'll take a leave, Bruce, but happy birthday to you. What's this? Heading home so soon. Wish you could stay a bit longer. Really glad you can make it. Appreciate the present too. See ya, Bruce. Happy birthday to you. Happy. Do you remember those old like YouTube videos where someone's like made a happy birthday video for like every single name? It goes like happy birthday, happy birthday. Wait, that's not how it goes. I don't know, but you can search like happy birthday plus your name, and there's like the channel which has like happy birthdays in everyone's names. That's a conversation for another time. But still, don't know. It just came to mind. I also can't remember how melody goes anymore. Crowd things. Oh, we should have been digging up fossils. I forgot. Warforage. I don't know if we even can catch a warforage at this time. We should really use like this built-in encyclopedia a little bit more often. It's what it's here for, isn't it? Warforage. Oh, you can catch warforages now. Really? I feel like I never see them. We do need to catch fish though, so we might as well, as we go around getting fossils. I don't know if we can fish over this solar panel. Barely. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, assembling IKEA furniture. I don't know. I suppose it kind of depends on what IKEA furniture you got. The complexity of it can certainly add to it. If you've got lots of different screws. Whoa, hello, oarfish. Because certainly if you're assembling something, like, I know there's definitely a reason to have all these sort of screws, but part of me is like, I wish you could just use like the same universal screw for everything, but you know, that's not how it works. You kind of need all these different screws because they each have a different job, because, you know, they're different sizes. If you want things to be flush and hidden away, and if you want things to have a certain stability, then you got to have different sizes and shapes of screws. But do they all need to look so similar? I suppose. It's like, oh, this is a 160mm screw, this is a 140mm screw, and they're both Phillip heads. And you're looking at them, it's like, okay. Like, I mean, I guess one of them looks slightly shorter. I mean, 2 centimeters different isn't much. I guess the point is, I'm just like, it's so hard to see the difference with just a human eye. But I wonder how much of a difference it does actually make in a certain situation. It's probably something to do with, like, I mean, obviously stability, but also like if things are of a certain thickness, you want it to be probably as short as possible while still being long enough to actually like connect the 2 objects together, is what I imagine. I don't know. I don't really know much about woodworking or anything like that. But still. Oh, we need to catch not butterflies, insects as well. Jubilee. And fossils. Forgot about fossils. But like, if a difference is small enough that you can't even see it very easily through just the naked human eye alone, I wonder how much of a difference it actually makes within that furniture item itself. And the answer is probably quite a lot. This is why people, you know, this is why it's people's professions, you know, to study and come up with these sort of things in the first place, I imagine. And that's why it's not my profession. And I should probably just stick with what I do. But still. It's sort of like the situation is, I don't know, just for clarity reasons, I wonder if they could be labelled differently. But, you know, in the end, all you had to really do is just hold 2 of them up next to each other, and you can kind of see which one is the longer one, which one is the smaller one. So I'm not actually complaining, if you think I am. I'm just trying to play it up for a comedic bit. In the end, I actually think like not just like it, but a lot of furniture items tend to be pretty good. Or instructionals. The instructional booklets, they're not bad. They're simple enough to follow. Well, I shouldn't say simple. Perhaps like straightforward. It's quite linear, exactly what you're meant to do to follow them up. But I guess the ones which not annoy me per se is when it's like an appliance or something, but it's originally made in a different country, completely fine, nothing wrong with that. And originally the instructional booklet was written in a different language, also completely fine, and nothing wrong with that. But the people who made it decided they didn't want to hire like a translator or something to actually properly translate it. They probably just like ran it through Google Translate or something, and thus it's a little bit difficult to quite establish what they mean, because we have this steam oven, which I assume it's originally a Chinese company or something who made it, and you know, trying to work out how to operate it is exceptionally confusing, because reading the instructions are all in like this broken English, whether it like alludes to things where it doesn't quite make sense. Like, and I wish I could give you an example, but it's been so long since I looked at the instructional booklet, because we haven't had to look at it for ages because it's been broken. But still, you sort of read it and you go like, what does this mean? I don't think this is a valid English sentence, and it alludes to things which don't exist. But that's what makes it so difficult. And it's not annoying because, you know, people translated it from a different language. I mean, it's more like of a consequence of that. It's just annoying because it's hard, it's unclear, I suppose. It's not good instructionally, which is what kind of like the opposite of what instruction should be. Instruction should be good instructionally. No big surprise there. Instructions should be easy to follow. They should be easy to understand and that sort of thing. Deep sea diving, catch insects. We forgot to craft for things. I guess we'll have to do that next time when we swing around. We can swing around now. Swing low, sweet chariot. So, you know, that's what I'm just saying. Clear instructions. And clear instructions, good. Thumbs up. Setting yourself up to follow instructions well, also thumbs up. Reading through all the instructions first, thumbs up. Bad translations, thumbs down. I'm sorry to say. It's hard to follow. What day is it today? Is it Tuesday or Wednesday? It's Wednesday? Why did I think it was Tuesday today? I don't know. Maybe because yesterday was Tuesday. Yesterday was Tuesday. Tomorrow is Thursday. I was like, why have a coconuts? When I looked and I was like, oh, that's seasonal recipes. That's the wrong one. Yeah, I don't know. Do I have anything else to really add on to that? Not really. That's kind of as far as my mind went with that sort of thing. I will say, Lego instructional booklets in the first place definitely have probably some of the best ones, you know. They always have very clear diagrams, because they do the thing where they like explode the object outwards, you know. They have an object of what you're making so far, and then they've got the piece that you need to attach onto it, but they've actually got it separated from the thing rather than attaching it on, so you can actually properly see what it is in the first place. That's certainly something which some instructional booklets could afford to learn from. Not naming any names because I don't really know. I mean, it's like Lego and IKEA. Like, what else do people need instructional booklets for? Which, sorry, the general public like know about. Because I certainly don't. We need to catch 2 more insects, and we need to go get these fossils analysed. Then we'll go sell some things and probably put stuff away. And that seems good. I don't know if we'll have too much more time after that to farm out any more Nook Mile mission points. Again, I forgot to check last night, see if Celeste was here, so... Sort of like, I can't believe I don't have any furniture items to decorate my island with. Why didn't you, you know, do the stuff you need to do to go get them? No! Why do I have nothing to decorate the island with? And you see, you know, it's like Eric Andre shooting his co-host. Who could have done this? That sort of thing. I know, I'm not good with memes, alright? Don't make me meme. Don't let me into my meme. I don't even know. Don't ask. Yeah, I'm just saying, I don't know. I mean, it also helps, I feel like, my parents are always very good at working with the instructional booklets and that sort of thing. When assembling furniture items, they tend to be, at least my father especially, tends to be quite by the book when he does this sort of thing. You know, set things out. Do things logically. And sensibly, with reason. Do things how you're meant to do them. And it always works out pretty well. And they're both rather handy people, you know. They pretty much know what they're doing when it comes to assembling things like that. So, you know, perhaps I just inherited some of their ability in that regard. Or perhaps I haven't, I don't really know. There's complicated scenarios, to be honest. It's all tied up. I also didn't start this episode with what I've been doing today. I woke up again quite late today. My sleep schedule is a little bit more messed up than usual, which I need to certainly fix. You know, if you want pro tip, fixing sleep schedules is done by waking up early, not by going to sleep earlier. Necessarily, unless you're extraordinarily tired when you go to sleep, in which case it can kind of work. But you know, everyone's situation is different, so I'm not going to speak for you. do what you want, because a pirate is free. You are a pirate. No, just, I don't know, follow instructions, step by step. Because I remember one of the earliest gifts I got when I was much younger was, I think I was in year 2, it was this, like, big Connects roller coaster or something. Where I was like, I saw it in, like, an Argos catalogue or something. And I was like, oh, I really want that for my birthday. And I forgoed having, like, a birthday party to purchase it for some reason. I don't remember why. I think it was because it was kind of expensive, and I felt kind of guilty about having, like, a birthday party and also an expensive gift. So I pitched it to my parents or whatever, and maybe I insisted on not having a birthday party just so I could buy this thing. Even though my parents probably would have done both of them for me, and then, I don't know. I don't really remember. I guess they probably would have thought that I didn't want a birthday party that year. But the way I remember it is I wanted the roller coaster really badly, so I sacrificed my birthday party to have it. And then, on my birthday, got it. It was awesome. Spent the entire day building it, and it was awesome. I'm not gonna lie. It was really fun to build. It's a huge Connects roller coaster. It was taller than me, so it was at the time. So it was probably about like 1.5 meters tall. It was like this. It's kind of like Stealth in Fort Park, where it's got like this big thing upwards, like vertical upwards, and a big vertical drop, and it goes into a loop-de-loop, which I now think about it, Stealth doesn't have in Fort Park. And then it just goes around and keeps going over and over again, and it was super awesome. And I felt good sense of pride and accomplishment for building it afterwards. Keep the fossils. Sell the coconut juice. I guess sell the clams. Don't sell the top coat. Sell this stuff. I guess we can keep the seashells in case we need to sell them later. But we'll, of course, run away and put the stuff away in our storage. As we get some Nook Mart missions. Not many. Hot item. No, we don't have enough time for hot item. We might have time to catch a wharf roach if we can find one, but not all that easy, They don't seem to appear. I feel like I only see them at night time. And I think that's because there's like a insect cap in Animal Crossing as well. Only like, was it like 14 insects or something can be on your island at any one time. And during the daytime there's a lot more butterflies and dragonflies flying about, so it's a lot, they often take up the insect slot rather than the wharf roaches. I don't know if that's true or not, that might be all completely false, but I feel like it's something like that. It's what I vaguely remember from the times of doing the bug off and following that sort of thing. We should check if we got any like duplicate fish or bugs. We might have put too many in at some point. In which case we can take the time now to remove them. Like, look, we got 4 carps. Don't need 4 carps, only need 3. Tadpoles, frogs. We're missing a catfish, noted. Angelfish. Can get rid of one of those. Clownfish, surgeonfish. We don't need 4 anchovies. That's. But I don't know why we have so many barred knife jaws. Enough to make 2. Red snapper I don't think we need. I'm pretty sure we've made a red snapper thing, but I'll keep it just in case. And I'll check it next time we run past the area. So yeah, I think we'll just do this. We'll change in wardrobe and then we'll round up the episode here. So yeah, I don't know. What's your I was say relationship. That's not really the word I want, but I guess it's the word I'm going to use. Relationship with instructional booklets and leaflets when it comes to assembling different things. Are they too difficult? Too easy? Does it go with your workflow? Does it not? Like, I strongly believe, well, not strongly believe, just straight up a thing, people have different sort of ways of working and workflows, right, And I just think instructional booklets are one which appeals quite well to me. Not like it appeals well to me, it's more like I synergize with it well. It's easy for me to do and accomplish because I have a very step-by-step process in doing things. So it's very easy for me to set up things properly. There's no point when I'm assembling something where I'm just be like, oh, I know what to do here. I'll just wing it, I'm going to, even if I think I know what to do, I'll check. This is what the book wants me to do. And about 90% of the time, if I do have confidence in what I'm doing, it'll be like, yeah, okay, that is what they wanted me to do and I knew it in the first place. But 10% of the time, it'll be like, oh, I misunderstood, I was going to use the wrong screw here when I thought I had to use a screw, Saved. That's what it is. And, if you're doing other things over a long course of time, you want that consistency. That's what I believe. Anyway, I don't know why I'm going on this weird tangent. It's like, welcome to my TED Talk. Well, I guess it's the end of my TED Talk now. So, if you have been watching, thank you very much. It's been Animal Crossing New Horizons. I've been Dear Darling. Likes, comments, subscriptions, shares, all greatly appreciated. Links down below. I hope we can see each other again. But for now, it's our farewell. So until next time, bye-bye for now.